So this week we've been looking at footage from Second Assault, and we've been looking over those maps. There's been a lot of discussion around the maps. Are they the right choices? Are they going to work very well? And the maps that have been chosen are quite vehicle focused, and Level Cap and me spoke a little bit about this on the level this week. Now we have Firestorm, very vehicle heavy, Oman, very vehicle heavy, Caspian, very vehicle heavy, and then you've got Metro, full on infantry gameplay. Now, whether or not this was a specific choice by DICE, or whether there's some stats there was obviously a poll placed on Battlelog a while back where they asked people to vote for their favourite maps, etc, etc. Now, there's been a little bit of discussion this week around the fact of, you know, have they listened directly to the community well enough when it comes to these maps? And I found an interesting thing. I tried very hard to look for the original poll on Battlelog. I couldn't find it. If anybody has any screenshots, or if they have actually that poll link, it'd be great to see that. Again, I looked and asked on Twitter as well, couldn't find. But what I did find was that in June or July, X Factor, also YouTube producer, he actually did his own poll of his subscribers, and it was very well turned out. He actually got over 7,000 votes on that poll, so it's not a insignificant number there. It's a good number to actually read some readings from there in terms of voting. And it was interesting because how it turned out there, Metro number one on that for 3,138 votes. Then next came Bazaar, 3,080. Then Caspian Border, 2,637. Then Karkand, Strike at Karkand, 2,336. And then we went into Sane Crossing, 2,146. Oman and Firestorm way down there. Oman 1,235, Firestorm 1,014. So it begs the question a little. I mean, Firestorm, not known to be a particularly popular map. Oman, I enjoy it, but it always caused some issues. Again, perhaps not one of the best known maps. So a little bit of a question mark this week about were they the right choices? Did they listen directly to the community in which maps they wanted to see again, or was this another choice based around, okay, what can we do with these maps, or was it based around the style of gameplay that they wanted to encourage? Because again, when you think about those maps, they encourage a certain style of gameplay. All of the main three maps, Oman, Caspian and Firestorm, not particularly fantastic for infantry because you have those large areas of ground to cover, a lot of running involved, you're almost pushed into using vehicles. So are DICE perhaps trying to encourage vehicle gameplay, move away a little bit from the infantry, or perhaps try and balance, counter against, you know, some more infantry play, trying to focus and refocus on that kind of battlefield style gameplay? Not sure, but I just thought it was very interesting to look at that vote that X Factor had put forward and how it turned out there. So put your thoughts below, guys. What do you think about the choices for the maps in Second Assault? Are they what you would have expected? What do you think about the choices? What ones would you have preferred to see there? And do you think DICE overall have chosen the correct ones? Do you think it's you know, worthwhile being put into the DLC? I mean, personally, I'm kind of on the fence. I really like Oman actually as a map, so I'm kind of pleased that's in there. Firestorm personally, right, I would have said before you can take it or leave it, but I actually quite like what they've done there with the fire and the oil and the gas and so on, so that actually lights up the ground, like I said on my video with Level. I actually kind of like how that has been put into play there, but still, are there other maps which would have been better? Yeah, I would have liked to see Karkand, I would have liked to have seen Bazaar. I think both of those would have worked much better. Metro, it does play out well if you have a good sort of map setup going on there. Caspian's an interesting one. I've never particularly enjoyed, but it's kind of like it's okay, it will play out certain ways, but again, you know, question mark there. Are there others that would have worked better? Anyway, guys, drop your thoughts below and we'll have a little look at some more Second Assault and other Battlefield gameplay coming up all this week. See you then, guys.